Well, they'll certainly be hoping that they get a new goalkeeper in this window. Manchester United have to be a little bit conscious of what they spend. They haven't generated a huge amount of money so far this summer with regards to player sales. And that's going to be a big factor because they've actually spent quite significant sums of money, or, best part of £200 million on the front three. So suddenly to go into the market for a goalkeeper, we know that Gigi Donnarumma is a player that's potentially available. Raw situation for PSG to let go of someone who's been so critical to their success. 10 pieces of silverware whilst he's been at the football club. He's got 1 year left on his contract. We had Asmir Begovic on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he said, look, he's made for the Premier League. I know there's a lot said about his ability to play with the ball at his feet, but he's absolutely a top-class goalkeeper. He played with him at AC Milan. It feels like the Premier League is the destination of choice if there is a club that can get to the wage demands that the player has. And when you've got Gary Neville, who knows what it's like to play in front of a key goalkeeper at Manchester United and how crucial that position is, saying it's vital they go and get someone, you'd imagine that the hierarchy will be working behind the scenes to try and make it happen. But again, players out there, quality goalkeeper that they need, that can do what Ruben Amorim wants. He seems to be very specific on his non-negotiables for players. Good players at Manchester United, if they don't fit into what Ruben Amorim wants, suddenly they don't look like good players and they're looking at the exit. So this is another situation, one to keep an eye on. There'll be one or two other players in the frame. And of course, they had that big investment on Andre Onana. If they can't find a solution for him, if he doesn't play, then that is another problem that they need to address. So there's a few things that need to happen at Manchester United.
Fabrizio Romano. Napoli, in talks to sign. Man United star on loan Manchester United's wishes to pursue an exit for Rasmus Hojlund have taken a huge step in the right direction on Monday, with Napoli having asked for the conditions of a loan deal for the Dane. The report by Give Me Sport transfer correspondent Fabrizio Romano on X, formerly Twitter, states that Napoli have had direct contact with United on Monday over Hojlund, following Romelu Lukaku's injury, as the Belgian will be out for over 3 months. The Gli-Azzurri are now keen to bring in firepower to replace the goal-scoring Premier League stalwart, and they have asked for the conditions on a potential loan deal for the Danish star, who continues to be banished from Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim wants to keep Joshua Zirkzee, who has also been linked with the exit door, though there have not been talks surrounding his departure, with the Portuguese boss having a clear plan for his team. Man United transfer news live. David De Gea, return. Wharton move. Collins. Deal. Baleba latest, all the latest Manchester United news, views, and transfer rumors with updates on Adam Wharton, Carlos Baleba, Nathan Collins, David De Gea, Antony, Jadon Sancho, and more. United's Premier League season got up and running with a narrow defeat to Arsenal at Old Trafford on Sunday. Matthias Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo started the match, while Benjamin Sesko's debut came as a second-half substitute. But Ricardo Calafiori scored the only goal of the game as Arsenal took all 3 points back to London. United continue to look for new faces to add to Ruben Amorim's squad, with Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton is liked by the head coach, thought to be on the club's radar. Interest in Wharton comes after it was reported that a move for Brighton's Carlos Baleba is unlikely to be completed before the deadline, with United relaxed about the situation and happy to delay the move until next year. There is also the small matter of sales to discuss with Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Hojlund, Antony, Jadon Sancho, and Terrell Malaysia, all expected to depart before the window closes. Fabrizio Romano, who specializes in transfers, has claimed that Napoli have made contact with United over a potential loan deal for Rasmus Hojlund. The former Atalanta forward scored just 10 goals across all competitions in 24-25 and looked devoid of confidence for much of a difficult season. Hayaus was left out of Ruben Amorim's squad for Sunday's defeat to Arsenal and faces an uncertain future at Old Trafford after the arrival of Benjamin Sesko. Manchester United star Bryan Mbeumo has received a response from Carlos Baleba on social media. United are reportedly interested in a swoop for Baleba this summer, as they aim to boost up their midfield before the transfer window shuts on September 1st. The Seagulls reportedly value their midfielder at over $100 million, with some reports hinting at a price tag closer to $120 million. However, a recent report in The Athletic suggested that United have now ceased their pursuit for Baleba for this summer. Despite that, the midfielder continues to be linked with a high-profile move to Old Trafford, although any potential transfer is unlikely to materialize until next year.